Hello, Spin Sneaker here with another figure review. Today we have got the DC Collectables Arrow Deathstroke. This is actually the official Deathstroke, not the other guy. Wintergreen. So this is actually how Deathstroke does appear in the Arrow TV series. Sorry for any spoilers if you've not seen the second season yet. Very, very cool figure. I kind of have quite a few gripes with it, to be honest, and I'll do a slight comparison to the Wintergreen figure, as Wintergreen is titled as Deathstroke on his box, but in all, he's a very, very cool figure, and I am very happy to have him in my Arrow collection. He does come with a ton of accessories. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 accessories, maybe not a ton. And his articulation is reasonably good. I do think they could have done some better choices in other places. But all in all, like I said, a very, very, very cool figure. Now, what do you think of the actual character? I do like how Deathstroke was portrayed in the actual Arrow series, and I like how it got built up and built up and built up until it finally happened. And yeah, I do really like it. Very, very dark, really pushed Arrow to the limits, but all in all, really, really cool incarnation and a great storyline. The whole, I don't want to go into too many spoilers, but the whole reason he was the way he is, and that I thought was a bit preposterous, but still, you know, it was a good enough. It was good still. I did still really, really enjoy it. So anyway, moving on with the review, let's have a closer look at his box. As you can see, we have the exact same packaging as all the other figures so far. We have a nice open white window here, DC Collectables on the bottom there, Arrow on the side, and then on this side we have figure number 3, Deathstroke. Scroll down to the side, we have a picture of the actual character from the movie, TV series, sorry, and it does say Arrow Deathstroke number 3 DC Collectables. On this side, just an open window which goes through to the actual figure. On the top it says Arrow, on the bottom it says some jargon of who made it, and scrolling around to here it can actually show you the remaining figures in the series. We have reviewed Canary and Arrow, and now we're doing Deathstroke, so I know we kind of jumped the gun, but I figured we'd do the main cast first. As I said in my previous videos, I will not be getting this Oliver Queen, as I already have 2, and I don't feel the need to have a 3rd. So I do apologise, I will not be reviewing this guy, unless I can see him for a ridiculously cheap price. Also have his DC Comics, and the CW is the creators of the show. You guys are awesome, thank you for doing Arrow, and thank you for doing Flash. And then our bottom says, sculpted by Gentle Giant Studios. And then finally, in the back there, you can see there's a nice little backdrop of the actual city. Okay, so let's have a closer look of this figure and his accessories. Okay, and we are back. First accessory, of course, has to be done is his katana. Now, this does fit in the sheath on his back, and I will show you that in a bit. It's quite nicely done. It's not actually a katana, in my opinion, because it's not long enough. It's the one in between a katana and a tanto. That doesn't sound right. I'm not even going to try and pretend I know the names of these. I know katana's the big one, but I don't know there's the other 2 down. I know there's 2 different sizes, so my apologies. But I feel this is the medium size katana kind of style blade. The grip is quite tidy, quite neat. As you can see, it's just kind of like a grey plastic. Doesn't really look like it's a woven, which generally they are. It looks more like a solid grip. And then you've got a little kind of guard there, which is very small, and no actual sculpt for here. There's generally a little bit of clip around the actual blade, but there isn't. There's just this little bit of gold paint. But it does all in all look really, really nice, very well sculpted, and it is a nice addition. Getting him to hold it though is a bit difficult. In his left hand is not too bad, if you can just get it to go through all the way. See, he holds it fine, but he can only hold it straight up, and it's really snug in there. In his right hand, it's really, really loose. See, it kind of just hangs there. You can kind of do the under the figure trigger kind of trick, which I've learned to do with some, which does work, and he does hold it quite secure like doing that, but technically his finger is up against the blade, which is stupid. If he did block, or parry, then his finger would just get chopped straight off, so not exactly ideal. But figure related, you can get him to hold it, and you can still get him to look pretty dynamic holding it like this. Generally holding it like that though, it will just fall out in pretty much any pose you try and do it. The next accessory it comes with is the actual knife. Now this is the knife that goes on his leg, and it is actually a really nice knife, but it is identical, if I just grab Wintergreen's one, although Wintergreen's blade is a little bit shinier. See, it's got a bit more of a gunmetal, whereas it's a bit more of a silver. Apart from that, they're identical. All in all, really nice. Looks like I've got a bit of paint bubbling just here, unfortunately. Easy fix. I think I just dirt to fix it. There you go. Paint looks kind of got a bit more warped as it's gone down, which is a bit unfortunate. But generally it's nice. Solid black handle and a solid gunmetal grip and guard. Now, he can hold this really well in his gun hand, his right hand, if you do the same kind of knife trick, but even then it's a bit loose. The problem I'm having is I can't seem to get it in his left hand. Now it looks like it's the right shape, but because it's got a little hook there and a little hook at the front there, and this is a sealed hand, it's glued together, I can't get it to go in. Maybe if I undid the glue, or rather undid the seal, I can maybe get it to go in. But I don't want to force it because I'm going to break either the knife or the hand, so I can't get him to hold it in there. I've tried the other way as well, and it's pretty much the exact same problem. Might be able to clip it through there, but no. Get him to hold the blade end, so it looks like he's about to throw it. But no. The next accessory is the pistol, which is a Desert Eagle Magnum. A very slim pistol. I said the exact same thing about Wintergreen's because it is, again, absolutely identical. With the exception of Wintergreen's is black and Winter Soldier Deathstroke's is silver with the black handle. Honestly, I prefer the silver. I think it gives the Desert Eagle a lot more show, but the black is actually still very cool. But like I said, identical. Very, very slim guns though. And of course he can hold this really well in his gun hand. If you can just get those fingers all lined up. Then the final accessory is this very, very tiny knife, and this thing is really minuscule, and it's got a nice solid black handle and silver blades, and it is very, 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 very small. Like, there's my thumbnail comparison. But all in all, it's really well done. He holds this pretty nicely in his left hand, and I think this is like where the design for the left hand has come from, is basically to hold this knife. You can get it to go in upside down even. Okay, so before we have a closer look at the figure, I'm just going to show the storage. So the katana, just very simply, goes on the back here. Now this is a separate piece, but it's glued to his armour, and his armour is actually a separate piece as well, so it is floating. While we're on the back, his little knife goes just here on the belt. Oh, wrong way around. Like that. The handle does stick out a bit, so you need to be careful not to break that. His gun goes in this holster here. Does poke out a bit, so not ideal, but you know, it's snug enough in there. It's not really going to go anywhere. And then the last part is his other knife goes here on his left leg. Exact same place as Winter Soldier. As Wintergreen. Keep saying Winter Soldier, sorry. Okay, so I'm going to close up look at the actual character. You can see he does have some truly amazing details going throughout his figure. And because he's got so much going on with the Kevlar and the armour and that, and all the patches and and all the pockets and pouches, might be why they've chosen to go a different direction with the articulation, just to keep the cost down. I mean, there is a lot of paint apps, there is a lot of sculpts, there's a lot going on here, so I guess I can understand it. I'm just generally not happy with it. So as you can see, he does have his classic two-coloured mask, and as you can see, it's more of a kind of like hockey mask where it's actually armoured compared to the Wintergreen. If I just bring him in, where you can see it's actually more of like a canvas material. This one's more iconic to like the classic comic look, whereas this one is definitely more closer to resemblance to, say, the Arkham mask, or even maybe the New 52 mask, where it's definitely more armoured. Makes more sense, to be honest, than just a bit of costume. As you can see, he does have plenty of pockets and pouches going throughout. Just scrolling down a little bit. On the chest there, you can see we have some cool grenades here, and it's really lovely blue. I really like this shade of blue. It's coming up a bit darker actually on camera than it is. It's a bit lighter, but it does have this kind of like woven texture to it to make it look like it is Kevlar. Very, very cool. It's throughout the entire costume, to be honest. It's all over on the legs, the arms, everywhere, to be honest. And it's really, really nice. And he also has these great big black shoulder pads here for extra added protection. Now, like I said, this whole upper torso here, this is a soft rubber and it is a loose piece. It does kind of, I'll try and show you, so it kind of floats around a bit, but I think it is glued maybe under the arms. I'm not 100%. Haven't actually tried to remove it. To be honest, it looks like almost all of his armour is actually a separate piece, which has been glued on at some point. As you can see here, you've got buckles going down, and you've got a nice belt there with some extra pockets on the side here. Armour going down, and this continues on the back of his forearm, and then you've got knuckle dusters there on his hands, and then of course on the inside you can see there is straps there which actually show them. Just showing the back of the arm, it does actually match up and it does look really, really nice. Continuing down, you can see more straps going around, and there's some really great texturing going in the actual trousers there. And even like I said, there's that blue kind of Kevlar which is on each hip there. It even continues onto the knee pads. As I said, that really nice blue, and even a bit of orange starts to come in around the legs here. Really strong. These things look like they actually generally are quite tough. And then continue right down to his actual boots. There is a little bit of gold there going around the actual toes and in the actual buckle covers. So all in all, really, really nice sculpted there. Great texture in this armour, great paint apps going throughout this, and this does look really, really nice and very well done. Having a closer look at the back of the legs there, you can see those buckles going around to the side there, and they do actually go around the actual trousers, which then are tucked into the boots. Here you can see the knife on the side. Here you can see the knife on the side and the gun. Very, very cool. And then more of that buckles, and the sculpting is done really well. It gives some great leg articulation and it looks very well hidden. And there we have a close-up look at that knife holster and the bottom of the sword, and some more details on the actual back of the arms, back of the grips, and the pockets here going on there. As you can see, continuing up to the top of the head here, it does have a little tassel coming around. A little bit disappointed it's not different colours like orange and black. That would be cool. But it's cool that it's there. And you can see the knife there, and the back armour does look very, very cool, along with the strap going around the actual torso. Okay, size comparison. So Deathstroke stands about 6.5 inches tall, maybe coming a bit above that actually, probably about between 6.5 and 6.75 inches tall. Standing next to the Arrow figure, you can see that the Arrow is actually a little bit taller than him. I'm not sure how accurate that is to the actual show. I know the characters, I think Deathstroke is supposed to tower him, but not by a lot. Standing next to the Canary, again, seems to be a bit short. The problem is I can't really get his legs any closer than that, so I don't think I can make him any taller. Continuing with our CW heroes, here we have him next to the Flash. Moving on to villains, there we have him next to the Dark Archer. Then another artillery expert, the next to Deadshot. Okay, articulation. Now, the head is on a ball peg, and it can go up that much, down that much, pivot there to there. I'm not sure if mine's stuck, but it doesn't actually want to give me a whole lot of range. You can rotate around 360 degrees, absolutely fine. Shoulders on ball hinges, but the annoying thing is these bits of armour kind of get in the way. Now, they are hard plastic, but if you just lift them straight up like that, they kind of go that far. If you work with the actual armour and maybe come down first and then round, you generally can get them to go a little bit more. Not massive amount though. See, that doesn't go further, but if I go in around there and then rotate it around while out, it goes a bit further. It's because you're tucking under the armour, and the best gap for tuck under is at the bottom. So like I said, if you rotate around, it gives you a little bit more. Now, no bicep rotation. We then have an elbow rotation and an elbow hinge. It has a bend of not even 90 degrees, and then a rotation of 360, but as per usual, the more you go around, the less you get. A wrist rotation of 360 degrees, and then a wrist hinge from there to there. We have an upper diaphragm joint, which allows you to rotate around 360 degrees with no problems. Can kind of go forward a little bit and kind of go back a little bit, but really not a whole lot. No waist articulation. Then we have T-cut hips. Has a Spartan of that and a split of that. Now this is a big gripe for me. Along with the elbows is this. If you look at this, not only do you have this kind of gaping part here and this little crutch piece to come here, you get these gaping holes here and here. I mean, look how tiny his waist looks. Really disappointed in that. Good news is it's a black plastic and a peg, not the not the see-through one. No thigh rotation. This is something that Winter Green does have, has thigh rotation, but I'm going to do a comparison in a minute about that. And then double bend in the knees of there, and then no boot rotation, and then an ankle point from there to there, but then we do get an ankle pivot from there to there. Okay, let's do a little comparison between these two. So, as you can see, Deathstroke here has a heck of a lot more armour, but Windscreen here has a lot more camouflage. Let's go for that basically, because he's pretty much all black with dark grey. Deathstroke has highlights throughout. They both have the grenades, which is cool. Articulation wise, let's talk that. I'm going to work way up. Both have equal ankle hinges and ankle pivots, absolutely fine. Neither have boot rotation, absolutely fine. Both have double knee joints, which is fine. And here we go. Winter Soldier has hip rotation here and here. When you do the splits with Winter Soldier, he doesn't look that bad, but admittedly can't go that far either. And you still got that gaping peg, whatever. Both have the same abdominal articulation. Now here's probably the big changer for me. His shoulder pads can quite easily go under there, and he can get his arms almost straight out. He also has a bicep rotation, because this is a soft rubber. Because this is a soft rubber, it works really, really well. Then has a single bend in the elbow, but there's no elbow rotation, and it can go, if you push it a little bit harder, better than 90 degrees. Both have wrist rotations, but his wrists angle like that instead of like that, which for knives give you a better pose, and for guns gives you a better opportunity to get them facing and pointing the right direction. Also, I think his double peg is clear and it works a lot better. I'm going to heat his up after this video and take off to see if it does give me a bit more movement. I'm not 100% optimistic it will, but we shall see. Articulation wise, I would say Winter Soldier better. Accessory wise, Winter Soldier also comes with his gun, which is a pretty badass gun, to be honest. So he gets the knife, the pistol, and a pretty cool sword. The only thing that this guy has, which this one doesn't, is the tiny knife, which is on the back of his belt. He doesn't have that, but like I said, he does come with this nice cool machine gun. My opinion, I think this one is the better of the two figures. Only problem is, he's only available in the 2-pack, and they're blooming expensive. Okay, so final thoughts. Would I recommend this figure? If you're a big fan of the series and you really loved his portrayal and you are collecting the entire series of these figures, then yes, definitely recommend him. If you are unable to get the 2-pack one, which in my opinion is the better of the two figures, I still kind of gripe at that. I prefer the look of this one, but I just prefer the general of the other one, of the 2-pack Winter Soldier. Then yes, if you can't get the 2-pack, then yes, I also recommend him. But if I had to have one, still probably go for this one. Just the look is definitely more iconic for me, and a bigger role than Wintergreen. So yes, I would definitely still recommend this figure. Very, very cool figure. Like I said, minor kind of really annoyances with the articulation, but apart from that, generally it's a very, very cool figure and does have a lot to offer. Speaking of getting it, just a reminder, you can get this guy at a paralleluniverse.com, and stay tuned because I've been advised that we might be getting some promotional offer codes for you guys for a paralleluniverse.com, so stay tuned for them. As soon as I know, I will let you guys know. He did say that he is getting the upcoming Arrow and Flash figures coming in stock shortly, due I think in September off the top of my head, don't hold me to that. Check out their website, they've got so much going on there. And also check out my partner, Mephitsu Archives. We are contributing to each other's sites and channels, and we're trying to help each other grow bigger and bigger and bigger. I have now got a bit more free time, so I apologize for the delay in getting these out. I was hoping to get these all done, to be honest, by now, but my job has taken up so much of my time and so much of my energy. I've basically been working and just crashing, so I do apologise. Now I have a bit more time, so I should be able to get a lot more reviews out and hopefully finally get back into my customs. I know I have said this before, but you guys should know by now how life always throws curveballs at you. Mine seems to be in particular a constant thing. I'm not quite sure why, but this has been noted by the people as well. Anyway, like I said, please check out Mephitsu Archives. Check out the links in the description below for both him and a Parallel Universe comics. They do sell Marvel, DC figures and comics. Anyway guys, that is my time. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please drop me a like down below. As per usual guys, thanks for watching. Keep commenting, keep subscribing, keep liking, keep going. We have hit over 1,000 subscribers, which is blowing me away. And I still haven't been able to get damn contest results done. Ugh. I'm working on it, I'm so sorry. They will be up shortly, I do promise. And I'm ever so sorry, I'm having a lot of problems, let's just say that. But thank you for all of your support. I really can't thank you enough. I'm blown away that we've hit over 1,000 subscribers. Truly and utterly blown away. And if that goes up to even more, then I'm going to have to give you guys more. I'm just going to start paying you guys probably by the end of it. I can't do that. Please, that was a joke. Don't take that real. I can't afford to pay you guys. But no, seriously, I can't thank you guys enough. You guys are so amazing and supportive. It's unreal. So thank you. But anyway, like I said, that is my time. Thanks for watching. As per usual guys, thanks for watching. Keep collecting. I'm going to catch you in my next one. Bye bye.